Hey there. I want to talk to you today about a possible alternative to intermittent fasting. Or if you've been wanting to try intermittent fasting, but you're just not sure that you're going to be able to, maintain it, or you want maybe a slow work into it, this could be a good alternative for you. Now, just to be clear, intermittent fasting is when you're condensing your eating schedule into an 8-hour period of the day, allowing the other 16 hours for fasting, okay, and more fat burning. So fasting being drinking water, maybe some black tea or coffee, but not taking in any other calories. And so it does not reduce calories. It's not a calorie restricted diet. It's just reducing the time you take them in. So you'd still eat, if you're on an 1800 calorie, figure that's what your mind tells you that's what you need to eat, 1800 calories to support your tissues. You'd still eat that 1800 calories. It'd just be in that 8-hour period. Although for some of you that morning, so most people fast from, say, their last meal of the evening, so that could end at 7 or 8 until the next day, so it might be close to lunchtime. So from dinner to lunch, skipping breakfast. And again, allowing 15, 16, 17 hours of a fasted period where you're relying on fat stores. Yes, it works. I've done it for years, off and on. There's several days of the week when I still do it. So the alternative, well, many people do something called a keto coffee. It's been very popularized the last few years. So putting coconut oil or butter or heavy cream in your coffee, essentially, allowing for your body to burn that fat to keep it more satisfied. Add some satiety. Okay. Now, this does work as well because you're not bumping insulin. Fat has no influence on insulin. Okay, so you're not going to get that insulin bump. That means it's going to allow your body to keep releasing fat. Now, an alternative to this is to have protein and fat in the morning. So it could be an egg, it could be some type of meat, whether it's fish or pork, doesn't matter, but some type of protein with some fat in it to give you some satiety. Okay, protein will provide a small bump in insulin, but usually not enough you can't recover from pretty quickly. And it's better than eating a big bowl of oatmeal, which is really just got to put weight on you anyway. So for your morning meal, protein and fat. If you feel like putting in some veggies, like high fibrous veggies, very fibrous veggies like asparagus or Brussels sprouts, steamed broccoli, something like that, cauliflower, fine. Okay, you can do that, but I recommend just kind of sticking to a small amount of protein and some fat to get you through the day. So this is not a big meal. This is not sit down to this giant thing of steak and eggs. Okay, make it a small meal. Okay, just enough to get you through until lunch. Now at lunch, you can have a little bit more of a meal, protein, veggies. I still recommend a very small starch portion if you're going to have it, or sugar portion. So could be a little fruit. You can, maybe if you want to have some nuts to try to avoid having a starch. If you're going to have a starch, make it a very small portion or even a half portion. Ideally not wheat. You'll see one of my previous videos about wheat. I'm not a fan of wheat, but it does tend to stimulate recurring hunger and more eating, so you don't want to do that. So if it's a small amount of rice or a half a potato or a sweet potato, like I said, fruit or nuts might be preferable. And again, lots of veggies to fill up, lots of fiber there from the veggies, not a grain, and proteins, good to go. If you need a mid-afternoon snack like a cheese stick, some veggies, carrot sticks, maybe a piece of fruit then, like apple and some unsweetened peanut butter, okay? Something like that, but very low carb or no carb. Ideally, nuts are a great one again. And then wait till dinner to have your starch portion. Now your starch portion, I recommend rice, again, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all good. I would avoid wheat, again, even at this meal. But this big starch portion, not big starch, a full portion of starch. So like what would fit in the palm of your hand. Okay, so about 30 to 40 grams if you're measuring it out. Usually it's on a bag. A serving is about 30 to 40 grams. So just follow the directions, whatever it is of the container, if it's a bag of rice or a potato, whatever. But follow the instructions for a serving. You can figure out a serving of carb. It's not 3 or 4 helpings, just to give you a clue. But that serving is going to help relax your body. In the evening, you are going to get the insulin bump, okay? But if it's the first real serving of starch you've had in the day, that's fine. You're ready for it. It's going to help your body relax. You're probably going to sleep better because it's going to affect, maybe some serotonin levels, dopamine. So your body's going to want to recharge, recover from the day, and relax. So it'll set you up for a good night's sleep. Okay? Eating a big starch portion in the middle of the day, we've all done it. You feel tired. You feel like either going back for more a couple hours later, going back for more food, or just taking a big old nap. And most of us can't do that. And it's certainly going to not going to lead to fat loss. So to recap, either just fat in your coffee or fat and protein together for breakfast, followed by lunchtime protein, lots of veggies, fill up on the veggies. You can have a little fat in there too, but if you're going to have a starch or something, carby, try to make it something light, like a piece of fruit or maybe some nuts, or like a half portion of your carb. And then at dinner, have your normal protein, again, lots of veggies, salads, but have the portion of starch to help your body, again, relax, recover, and recharge from your very busy day. All right. By the way, check out an article. I've gotten a couple messages about this. There's an article out from New York Times about dieting and the Biggest Loser show, okay, and the effects of their extreme dieting, their extreme calorie restriction based on how much exercise they were doing, and the effects it had on their body. So check it out. I'm probably going to do a little comment on it later in the week, but it's a very interesting article about how dieting, extreme dieting, affects our bodies hormonally and metabolically. Talk to you later.